edition of the King's Castle. I'm King James. I'll be your host for the next hour of entertainment news, wrestling news, and whatever else you want to know. And here to help me, as always, is the always reliable and always camera-ready Mr. Blair Chopin. Blair, good evening.
Good evening.
And here to join us once again tonight is wrestling's one and only Southern Shockwave, Mr. Pete Kohlberg.
Hey, everybody.
And making her very first appearance on the show is the real Sasha Fierce. Sasha, good evening.
What's up?
And I'll tell you what, folks. This has been a very interesting
What, James?
week. This has been a very interesting week in sports and in pro wrestling in itself. But before we get into anything about the wrestling, we've got to acknowledge the miracle that took place last night when the Chicago Cubs finally broke the 108-year-old curse and they won the World Series. Can I get a hallelujah for crying out loud?
Hallelujah for crying out loud.
I'm happy for him.
I didn't mean for you guys to say all that at one time.
I'm happy for him, but it just took way too long.
Yeah, 108 years is a long time. I don't even think you're that old, James.
Well, I was not! For the record, I'm only 1/3 that old.
You're not 1/3 that old. You're like 1/4. Maybe 1/3.
I think we lost
It's
visual here for a second.
Yeah, we're still on.
There we go.
It's still filming.
Foaming?
So anyway,
It's filming.
sorry folks, it looks like Blair's computer is foaming at the mouth. We apologize. Don't you dare! I have no idea why I just said that. So anyway, congratulations once again to the Chicago Cubs
Yeah, good for
on the
them.
miracle. But getting back to our normal piece of business.
Wait, we gotta talk about the game, don't we?
Well, yeah, I do want to get your guys' opinion about some things, because I heard going into this, one of my sources at the Sports Center told me that
You just revealed your source. The one thing a journalist isn't supposed
no,
to do.
I didn't tell you who told me this. I just told you where I saw it.
Oh my god.
So anyway,
Someone at the Sports Center, that narrows it
yeah,
down.
one of my
Either John Boy or Billy.
Nice try, but this is not the big show either. So anyway, one of my sources was telling me that going into last night's final game, the pitcher for the Cleveland Indians was basically flawless for a solid month and a half to 2 months.
Yep.
So where do you guys think things went wrong?
Well,
Rigged.
he went and found some flaws.
And Mr. Kohlberg, what exactly do you mean by rigged?
Just the fact that the Cubs hadn't won in, 108 years, they say?
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And it was, they just
Obviously.
felt like it was time for them to win.
You
They
guys
felt
can't
like
see
it
her,
was
I'm
time
going to
for
pretend I didn't hear that.
You guys can't see her, but she's
But
very elevated.
say again, Pete.
I said it's been 108 years since the Cubs won, so they felt like it was time for the Cubs to win again. To make it look like a more viable franchise.
So you're basically saying that you think the Cleveland Indians handed it to him because they felt sorry for him?
No, I think baseball had in mind with the two World Series teams came about that it was going to be the Cubs.
Wait, I think
Look,
Pete is making some accusations here.
No, I'm not.
He thinks they rigged the balls in the strike.
Let him finish.
I'm not saying.
Let him finish his point.
Did you see money exchange hands?
No, I was asleep last night.
Is this a Black Sox situation?
Let him finish his point, please.
No, but I think
Shoeless show.
Exactly. No, I think that happens a lot too, though. Like a team that hadn't won in a long time, I think they try to maybe not rig it, but like play it to the point where the team that hadn't won in a while will win.
Right.
Do you think that happened in the NBA Finals?
No.
Huh. Well, Cleveland hadn't won in forever.
But it wouldn't go. You don't think the officials show favoritism in this case, do you?
No. No.
So, Pete, I haven't had a woman in 108 years. So if I all of a sudden get a woman, is that rigged too?
If Donald Trump's handing her first, yes.
Rigged.
I don't know about that.
No, I was just kidding.
So
Wrong.
Wrong.
Oh no! Don't start that again.
Wrong.
Sasha, anything to add?
I was asleep last night. I didn't get to watch it.
I mean, and I like
Watched
baseball.
a little bit
I like
of it.
baseball.
The
so.
nerve was really good.
There we go.
Well,
That's what we brought her in for.
Let me just say this too. I like baseball, but I'm a Cardinals fan too. So
He's a Cub hater.
and I, for one, I enjoy baseball on occasion,
He calls them the Chicago Satans.
but I, for one,
I have a
think
shrine.
the majority of the games take way too long.
absolutely.
Yes.
And I'm probably not the only one in America who thinks that. At least I hope not.
Oh no. There was one baseball game I saw went into 19 innings. I
Oh,
I
my
watched
gosh.
it. Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
It was a St. Louis Cardinals game, went into 19 innings.
Can you believe that?
I didn't watch it. I watched like the first 9, the last 10, nothing.
And to tell you the truth, as far as Cleveland is concerned, I don't think that rain delay helped either. I mean,
I actually think it helped the Cubs to regroup.
exactly. Sort of like when the power went out of the Super Bowl a
So
couple years
I
ago.
think the game was rigged by God.
Yes.
And old Mother
Look.
Nature, our favorite milk.
Here's the thing, Blair. That's kind of heavy to talk about on a show like this, but I think we can
Are you
all.
calling God heavy?
I mean,
He's a perfect way, James.
Well, I mean, it's a heavy subject. What I'm saying is, Mother Nature doesn't show favoritism because he
Hold
treats
on.
all equals and we're all children.
Wait, why
to
is
him.
Mother Nature a he? But anyway, let me say this. Mother Nature decided, hey, I want to rain. I'm Mother Nature. It's time for me to rain. In Chicago, in Cleveland. And that favored the Cubs. So how is Mother Nature not showing favoritism?
Well, I guess now we can't say Cleveland rocks. We should say Cleveland flows. Oh! That's a terrible joke.
You're fired.
You can't fire me. I'm the host.
Pete will host now. But you avoided my question.
I'm the host. And what was your question?
Said if Mother Nature said, hey, I'm going to rain, and that in Cleveland, and that helped the Cubs, can we not say that Mother Nature is a Cubs fan?
Well,
Along with the Derby train.
I guess we can say she loves all equally, but at the same time,
No, wrong.
don't start that again. I told you. So anyway, we're gonna take a little time out so that we can regroup. But when we come back, we're gonna shift gears and talk about the big time pay-per-view that took place this weekend. So stay right there. Okay, what's with the weird look?
I want to see how long you could stay in this position for.
There.
Stop to that.